Hey guys, it's me again. I'm actually here to talk about living abroad in where I am now since my previous surgery. I know I haven't uploaded a single video, I believe 3 months ago, since I actually moved here because A, Wi-Fi sucks, B, Wi-Fi sucks, and number 3, the Wi-Fi is horrible. By horrible I mean like it takes at least a week to upload one video, but maybe because my camera takes good quality videos and it's probably too heavy for the what do you call this, the connection to upload it. But anyhow, so I was gonna talk about getting out of your comfort zone today, but I thought it would be like you guys would get so confused because you don't know where I am and what I'm doing here. So I'll give you a little brief story of where I am and what I'm doing. Since my surgery, I have actually been living, I actually decided to come to the Philippines because I wanted to finish school here. What happened was after my surgery, I had to stop school because nursing school back home, because I was going to school in New York. Because of my surgery, I couldn't go to school. I was in bed rest for a week and I couldn't move my leg because I was in a cast and it would be hard for me to go on duty. So I had decided that, or they had told me that if I stopped going to school, stopped showing up pretty much to my rotations, I have to go back to square one. AKA I have to go back to the first year. So I decided I'm just gonna go to the Philippines, which is like 10 times cheaper. Per semester here is about per semester school here is about $700, $600. It's just about compared to what I was paying back in New York, which was $7,000. That was minus the train, the Metro North, minus the subway. The food, it was just too much, and my student loans were piling up. Not that I had a lot, but it was still in the back of my head on top of my school. So it was getting a little too much for me, so I decided why not get out of my comfort zone and try living here, since the expense would be a lot cheaper. Where I am now, I am actually going to school in Cebu. I am from Cebu and I was born here, but I moved to the States with my parents and my brother back, I think when I was 10 or 11 years old, and so I had a feeling that we were gonna go somewhere far. So adjusting for me was not too bad coming back here because I speak the language. I used to actually be really fluent until up to, I grew up in the States, and then I stopped using the language because there weren't really that many Filipinos in my community where I'm from. I'm actually from Connecticut, but I went to school in New York. So there weren't that many Filipinos, so it was hard for me to communicate with other Filipinos. So where I am now, the main challenges are not really the language, but for someone that is deciding to come here, go into nursing school here, I think the language would be a barrier for you. But don't be afraid, or don't be scared, or don't get, what's the word? Don't get oh my god, what's the word? It's on the tip of my tongue. Don't get discouraged. There you go. Everyone here speaks perfect English, nearly perfect English. Communicating back and forth, trying to find out where you're going, trying to figure out what to eat, what place to go to. All the signs are in English, so you're gonna be okay. But the only issue that I have currently right now is the pollution. Coming from the US, I believe we are blessed back home to have like a breathable air. actually, and the water here is horrible. When I went back home 2 years ago just to visit, I actually got typhoid because I stupidly drank the service water that they had at a restaurant. And yeah, stupid me thinking I was still immune. I don't know. Anyway, so I got typhoid, and since then I've been freaking out about everything I eat, drink. And so if you are coming here, don't ever drink the water, rule number one, or just, street foods are awesome. Street foods are like the best things you could ever eat while you're visiting, or even staying here, and they're super cheap, but you have to make sure that you're in an area where like at least the food is like covered or the area is sanitized. It's just common sense. Don't eat something that's just laying out there, and make sure they cook it right. So number one, the pollution. Number two is people. I hope you guys Filipinos, my fellow Filipinos, because I am a dual citizen, so I'm considered a Filipino still because I was born here. I hope you guys don't get offended, but I really find that you guys have a hard time expressing yourselves. For example, in school, if they have problems, like say for a teacher, if they don't get something, they are afraid to speak out or ask. Or if someone cuts you off in a line, people are afraid to tell the person that they're cutting off the line. Like, for example, I went to the bathroom the other day and there were clearly 4 people ahead of me, and then there's this girl just went straight in the front and just went right into the stall. Like, hello? People right in front of me were just staring at each other like, what the fuck was she doing? But they all didn't say anything to her, so I respectfully said something to her, and I said, you know, it's kind of wrong because we're all waiting in line. And I think the people, instead of looking at me like, thank you for telling her, I think they felt that I was being rude. But anyway, I don't know, just my 2 cents. People are afraid, or maybe just not exercised to practice their rights. They're afraid to speak out. I think that's the main thing. They're afraid to speak out and like tell people how they feel because they don't want to hurt other people. I don't want to talk about religion. Maybe that could be like something you guys could think of, the reason why. Sorry if I brought it up. The other thing that has been, the commute. The morning commute is horrible. In Cebu, I mean, it's a good thing to get a car. Personally, I don't know how to drive in the city here. Like, it's crazy. People drive here like there's 2 lanes. There's 1 lane for one side, there's 1 lane for the other side. And that 1 lane, I swear to God, these vehicles like just make like 3 other lanes just so they can fit in that 1 lane. Like, it's horrible. And I think like the traffic officers here are not doing their job that great. I'm sorry if I'm judging you wrong, but it's crazy. Like, there's a lane and you should be following that lane. Like, there's a lane for everyone and the drivers are not. So I would get so anxious driving here. So I don't recommend you getting a car here. Maybe if you're an expert driver, like level 10 in Fast and Furious. I do see a lot of motorcycles, which I think are far more dangerous than regular cars. So, but if you're a good motorcycle driver, go ahead. I think that's it. Pollution, the commute, and some people are too afraid to speak out. People are very awesome here. I think they're all great. They're all really nice. I haven't encountered a rude person yet, other than the person that just cut me off in the bathroom. Everything here is so cheap, or maybe mostly everything here is so cheap because Cebu is an upcoming city. There are a lot of buildings getting built. There are a lot of institutions, hospitals, stuff like that. Like in IT Park, you'll see it's like all IT, what do you call this, companies. They actually have a JP Morgan there, but it's an awesome area. You should go visit. Those are some things that I have actually noticed that has been a downside to my move here, but lately for the past month it's been awesome. I've met really awesome people, cool places to see, especially down south. So don't ever stop yourself from traveling here, because everything is, the commute is cheap, food is cheap if you are, a smart budgeter. Smart, is that a word? If it's even a word. For the next video, I will talk about, I'll make a separate video talking about my school, and I'll make a separate video talking about how I have been adjusting. Also, if you guys haven't followed my videos, or for those who are following my videos because of my physical therapy of my fractured foot, I haven't really made an updated video about it, but I will make a separate one. If you guys would like to follow my story about that, click the subscribe button. I think it would be the left or lower side, however it is, and I will make a separate video of how I'm doing with my fractured foot, and if I've been going through therapy, what I've been experiencing, any pain, all that. So yeah, that's my 2 cents of living in the Philippines for the past 3 months now and counting. If you guys would like to hear more about my adventure, I would suggest to click subscribe, and we are gonna talk more later. Bye.